Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over an Ultra League team, and I will tell you just straight up, Ultra League, not my favorite league, very hard to get into, but I know some of y'all like to do Ultra League, so we're doing viewer submission battles here from someone who is literally hit page 1 on the leaderboard. I don't remember if it was this team, but they were on page 1 and are still on the leaderboard today. So let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be a really long one, so I want to just go straight into the battles, try to keep this intro to a minimum, and actually just let's be done with the intro right here. Okay, so the team is going to be Clefable in the front with Double Water in the back. Shadow Feraligatr going to be running the Ice Beam moveset. Pretty normal things. People used Crunch 2 seasons ago, but yeah, not so much anymore. And that's going to be your safe swap. And then we have Gastrodon with Water Pulse, and everything else is pretty normal. We see a Swampert here, end up catching here on Feraligatr. This is going to be a Hydro Cannon. I guess, no, it can't be a Sludge Bomb, and it also cannot be an Earthquake. So, good catch here on the Hydro Cannon. They're going to switch into the Mandibuzz. Now, this league, Mandibuzz, not able to get up to 2,500, but, you know, getting pretty close. Is it best buddied? It is also best buddied. So, Mandibuzz matchup here, pretty good for Mandibuzz in general in Great League. But things hit a little harder here in Ultra League, although it's still a good matchup just because Shadow Claw is resisted. But we are pulling out the Mandibuzz here, which is a good thing. And actually we end up getting another Hydro Cannon, which is great. We're going to try to get the farm down here with the Fairy Wind. Mandibuzz, obviously very good against, you know, I probably should have fixed this. In my haste to get the intro, oh, we got to... 1 minute. All right, gonna have to block that out. Let's see, is the camera fixed at least? Now it is. Scuffed video here to begin with, but yeah, gonna get to the Moonblast here against the Swampert, and then gonna be able to catch another Hydro Cannon. Although I say catch, still gonna do a decent amount of damage here, but they can't really stay in too much. Already got one of the flyers out of the way, so hopefully not another flyer in the back. We'd be most scared of something like Driftblim. They still have a catch available. Good catch here. Oh. Wait, what's the moveset here? Is it Earth Power, Water Pulse? Oh, I'll change it. All right, well, at least it was a very easy, fast switch here. So no Body Slam, it's actually running, Gastrodon's actually running the Earth Power here. They did end up catching on the Mandibuzz, not great, but we have a pretty big advantage here with fast attack damage, and the defense did drop, so... unfortunate. All right, Clefable into Clefable. If I know Ultra League, and again, I don't know the most about Ultra League, but Clefable does seem like a very, very used mon. It's pretty neutral into a lot of stuff, and then you can always catch the dragons off guard. Moonblast getting the attack debuff here, really good for us. We decide not to shield because of it, but we will still get KO'd by another Moonblast. So, attack buff, not really doing too much, unless we're just going to let Clefable go in the end. They go for the double shield, which is very interesting. We switch into the Feraligatr, get a huge lead. They end up coming in with a Poliwrath. Poliwrath, I will say, not something you see very much of anymore. Although, is it Mudshot? No, it looks like it is counter still. So, I mean, it's a good matchup for them, but we had a huge energy advantage, and we're just slowly getting rid of this thing. We could even just let this move go. Technically, we resist everything. I guess it could have Dynamic Punch, which it probably does. So they go for the Scald. We're getting another move off here. They'll probably end up leaving this, but we will get the counter or the Shadow Claw down, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, they were way lower than I thought. All right, they come back in with the Clefable. They have a ton of energy. If they do have Swift, it will KO from here, I'm pretty sure. Although it's non-stab, and it still takes us out. Gonna keep the Clefable alive in the back just to make sure we have extra coverage if they do end up having a dragon in the back. Dragon and Fairy, pretty good together. They're going to get another move up here. We're going to take it. I guess it is a Swift, so we do know that. Going to get a little bit of energy here as well. They end up coming in with a Malamar. Pretty interesting to not just come in with a Malamar against the Gastrodon. I guess, no, I don't see the reasoning. I guess you just let this go because you're just going to be able to farm this down. Malamar, definitely a weird one to have in Ultra League. It is very... I mean, I know I don't have the XLs, so I would think it's pretty rare. But the double nuke Gastrodon moveset here is actually pretty nice to go along with the Mud Slap. So, Tapu Fini, Very cool mon here. Basically like Azumarill as far as typing is concerned, but a much more frail. In general, obviously this is Ultra League, so it's going to be less frail, but they're going to have Water Gun. We do end up switching into the Feraligatr. They come in with Guzzlord, which is fantastic in Ultra League as well, but we're going to have the Ice Beam, which is going to be super effective. Obviously, Gastrodon is very HP weighted, so it is going to be able to survive that pretty easily, and it is taking resisted damage from the Shadow Claws. But they would normally get to another Brutal Swing here, but we go for the Hydro Cannon, which is technically resisted, but they go for the shield as well here. They could have Sludge Bomb, which is definitely the Guzzlord moveset in Ultra League, in Great League. I'm not sure if it is the moveset here in Ultra League, but they do not make it to another move there. We have a pretty decent amount of energy lead here. Tapu Fini does learn Nature's Madness. If it does have Nature's Madness, it will go for that in any neutral scenario, as it does debuff as well. So definitely a good move that Tapu Fini got there in the end. They end up coming in with the Giratina. Notice that it does have Dragon Breath. It's the altered form. It can also have Shadow Claw, but this one opting for the Dragon Breath usage. Notice the team is Fairy Double Dragon, so makes sense with the last comp that I was wondering if the Clefable was going to be paired with a Dragon type in the back, because it does make sense. So could just let this go. We saw Dragon Claw already. I don't know what the other moveset's going to be, but we might never know, because we would see it going into the Clefable matchup, because they definitely don't want to be throwing Dragon Claw as it is double resisted. Just going to go for the Swift here. Now, it's going to be close, and it does end up living, but going to get the farm down there. GG. Drifblim, great to see it here. Definitely don't want to see it against the Gastrodon. I guess, is it even that good here, though? For us, because we do have Swift, which is obviously double resisted by the Ghost typing here on the Shadow Drifblim. We kind of have to shield, I feel like. I guess we're calling a bait, but it's getting scary for us in the back. They end up switching into their own Feraligatr after they know that we're going to take... Okay, what they actually did was they got us low, and then they are trying to farm down the Clefable, but we did a simul swap there. So the good thing we have going for us is we do have Water Pulse on Gastrodon, which means we are not dead to rights to the Drifblim, because we do have a move that does hit it. Every other move pretty bad against the Drifblim, obviously double resisting ground typing, being a flying type itself. Oh man, this just seems so hard for us to win. Have to shield here, which is also unfortunate. And they're getting boosted. We might make it, though, to another Hydro. Okay, we're doing some damage to the Drifblim now. This is actually a very good swap for us. They're going to lose the buff as well. Kind of have to come in with Gastrodon, though. Maybe we'll go for a catch. We do get to moves at the exact same time. No, we're just going to go for the farm down. Primeape is frail, even in Ultra League. How many XLs does it take to get to a Primeape, actually? I don't know. We're going to go for one and then the Earth Power. We still have Clefable for a catch, or even just a little bit of extra damage with the... Ooh, got the catch. But we still have super effective extra damage with the Fairy Winds. But now they end up getting taken out here. Oh, Simul. It's actually so fine, though. That match was so bad for us after they landed that Shadow Ball. And Drifblim just seems like a very hard answer for... a hard question for our team to answer. So definitely keep that in mind. They end up switching into the Dragonite. They're going to get scared of the Ice Beam here, but... I guess we're going to get a shield and then come in with Clefable, so that's not bad. And if we get to the Hydro Cannon here, I mean, it still does a decent amount of damage. In Great League, this matchup's not even that bad at all for Feraligatr. In Ultra League, obviously, there's a little bit more bulk. They are letting smart by the opponent to allow a lot more health to come off of this Dragonite. They let us get in the Shadow Claws before we could get to another move. And they go for Superpower. They're just trying to lower the amount of farm that we get. Opponent's obviously playing very well. All right, they do end up coming back into the Weezing. Obviously, Gastrodon is very good against the Weezing. They're going for a little bit of Brutal Swing damage here. The other moves that this can learn are very high energy moves. They end up coming with a Gastrodon. I mean, we have a little bit of a lead energy-wise, and we kind of need this Gastrodon to stay alive on our side, so we're definitely going to be using the shields. They're definitely going to body slam betas. Yeah, not much we can do. We're probably going to end up double shielding unless we can get to a move here, and the switch clock is available now, and we'll probably end up having about 10 or so seconds if they had let it go, but yeah, now we're just going to farm it down. Zygarde, all right, if you have a Zygarde in this league, you know, cool for you. It is easier to get, I guess, than in Master League because you don't have to do the XLs, but if you're like me, I don't even have a Zygarde yet, but I've been putting XLs into it, and it's actually going to, even when I'm an idiot. Even when I evolve my Zygarde, it'll be past Ultra League range, and I won't have the XLs for Master League, so I'm in a terrible spot for that. But to be honest, I think I checked yesterday or the day before, and I actually have 67 Zygarde cells, so I'm pretty far away from the 200 needed. I'm at the 10% or 50% or whatever it is. All right, back to this matchup. Feraligatr Mirror, we are going to outpace it as we do get to the moves faster, but we're going to use our last shield just to make sure that we win this matchup, keep switch remaining the same, basically, because the Clefable obviously hard counters the Zygarde. And we have a ground type for their steel type here, so fantastic lead. We basically RPS'd him. All right, Steelix with Thunderfang in Ultra League. So, tough matchup here for us. Obviously, it does resist every single thing we do. But we do not really want to be in this Feraligatr matchup against it. They end up switching into the Vergyverg. Opponent is playing us so much right now. This is not going to do a lot. They're going to get to Leaf Blade if they have it. Some of these run Sacred Sword and Stone Edge, though, but Leaf Blade makes the most amount of sense. Going for the bait here, but making it seem like we're desperate means that they will shield for sure. But we might see him pee onto another Hydro here. No, they're still farming. This doesn't KO. This gets it probably down to like 15-20%. End up combo playing to take out this Vergyverg or get the last shield. Okay. The thing is, Steelix doesn't do that much damage in this league. So, Psychic Fangs, I don't know. We're not going to do much damage to it either. Again, it resists everything that we do, but we have gained a lot in this matchup. It may not seem like we're making much footing, but we have gained a shield advantage. They're literally out of shields. It's going to be very easy for us to take out this Steelix as soon as our Clefable goes down. We're actually saving a move here. They are going to have to throw a move here to get their clock back because we were probably like 6 seconds up on them. They end up coming in here. Obviously, this is a Leaf Blade. They're going to be double super effective against the Gastrodon. Kind of survive, which is crazy. We're going to get the last of that energy, which is also pretty nice. Steelix is getting low. It did take a few Mud Slaps, which is good for us. We're going to see what the last Mon is. If it's a dragon, we're good. If it's a fighter, we're probably good. Malamar, we're probably good. We do have Moonblast. This didn't KO, but it's probably 1 or 2 Fairy Winds away from KOing. Ooh, I'm not telling the truth. No, we lose. Tough. Another Zygarde lead. Wait, is this the same game? It's in another Feraligatr? Did I copy the same game twice? Let me make sure. Oh, this is the same game. Okay. Whoops. Oh, it's not the same game. Wait. It's not the same. The time screwed me over. Okay. We do the exact same thing, though. Again, once you learn a team, you kind of want to do the same thing. It seems like a Zygarde into Feraligatr here. If you've already been spoiled, it looked like Aurora's in the back. I was pretty sure I didn't copy the same thing twice. It's not something I usually do, but I messed up a lot of the nameplates, so it's always maybe it's par for the course. We're gonna live this. They're 1 way from getting KO'd, and we're 2 away. So, you know, running on the edge here, but it is pretty good for us. Aurora's in the back means that Gastrodon is going to be super effective against the rock typing. Aurora's used to be a pick that you'd see a little bit in the Ultra League. I don't think you see it that much anymore, and this Weather Ball really not going to do a lot to the Gastrodon. Maybe like 20%, not even, looks like maybe 15%, and they know the writing's on the wall, so they end up leaving that. Another Clefable lead. Again, you really want to go Moonblast. Looks like we win CMP, which is also pretty good. If you know you have more attack weighted, then it's probably pretty good for you. We get another attack drop, which is pretty sweet. Oh, they have Meteor Mash. Okay. Gonna have to hit him with a Swift, I think, or we're gonna catch the Meteor Mash. Water resisting Steel. So pretty good there to catch that. They end up coming with a Guzzlord. We are going to get to an Ice Beam here. Again, super effective, but not going to KO. Last time it dropped it to about 30%, 25, 30. 25, it looks like. And they cannot get the farm down. Actually, perfect counting by the opponent. They knew they couldn't get the farm down. Didn't want it. Brutal Swing. We're going to see if this one has the Sludge Bomb or not. It's the only thing that will KO from here. Brutal Swing and Brutal Shield. They actually end up getting the shield from us. We do have an energy lead on their Clefable. Whether or not we'll go for the Moonblast is going to be tough. We almost have 3 Swifts, so I like going for the Swift here, although I don't know that it'll KO. So I'm going to go for... Oh. Okay, I mean, it is resisted, but we're going to start taking some damage here. I guess it's fine. Gastrodon in the back. Okay, they got the same idea as us. This is a Body Slam 100% because we did actually get... well, they got to the move before we did, so no Earth Power for them. We'll see if they end up shielding or not. Again, they... well, it is 2 shields apiece at the beginning of this match. Up. But... this is going to be so tough because they can go for the Body Slams. Although... we do have a move stored, so we can actually back-to-back here, or combo play, rather. They end up letting it go, and we'll end up fast attacking down their Clefable. Moltres, very sweet mon to have in this league. They end up switching into Drapion. It's a bit of a yikes for the opponent. It means that they either have only one answer to this. Oh, no, what am I talking about? We swapped. All right, back to the Moltres, I guess. We do have the Water Pulse for it, so we're not completely dead to rights against a flyer. Same thing I said for the Manabuzz earlier. You know, we're gonna have this at least, which is nice. Flyer double resisting ground types. Now we do have to kind of let it go out. It does have access to Brave Bird, which is something we're gonna be very scared of here. It's probably we will live, of course, but I probably would have shielded that. They end up catching here on a Gastrodon. But we're going to switch anyways. We don't really need energy on the Clefable. It does have super effective Fairy Wind against the Moltres. And if we end up with all shields in the end, although we'll probably shield here. Ooh! Okay. This is maybe what the plays are for rank 1 leaderboard, or page 1 leaderboard. Rank 1 would be crazy. Okay, bad timing by the opponent, but they are just trying to get our shields, I think. We do have to be worried about them reaching the Moltres here. This is not going to KO, but it is going to get it pretty low. And at this point, maybe we're all in on... okay. They have to shield this, and then we switch to Clefable. And maybe we just go... well, we have to shield. It's so risky now, but now for sure they can go for the Ancient Power. Hopefully they don't get the boost. They don't, and a Swift will KO this. Whew. Crazy matchup. I should have said at the beginning, get y'all's drinks and food or whatever you're doing, because this is going to be a long video. That was a Zygarde in the lead. I know you can't see it, but for the longest time while I was editing it, I was like, did I miss something? And then if you really slow it down, it's a Zygarde. Another Zygarde. So another Zygarde into a Feraligatr, into our Swift, into our own Feraligatr. You know how it goes. That's just kind of how it is. And it's not the same video because the time is different at the top. All right. They end up shielding, so we can shield to maintain switch here. It's kind of the same thing that happened in the first Zygarde game. Not to be confused with the second Zygarde game, which it's crazy that there's 3 Zygarde games. This league is crazy filled with Zygarde for some reason. They end up coming with a Malabar trying to go for the full farm down. We are going to get the Hydro Cannon. Now, they are double weak to Clefable, which is interesting. But we'll probably let a Feraligatr go down and then come with the Gastrodon. I guess this resists everything, right? I thought we were going to come in with the Gastrodon, just let it take some damage and then switch. Oh, it was a Wheezing in the front, but they swapped to Feraligatr. Some of y'all can rewind that and figure out what happened. I thought this was a Zygarde game. Interesting. They must have led with Feraligatr, and it just was a visual thing on our side. I have no words for what's happening here, because maybe they just don't have a good answer for Feraligatr, I guess, and they just stayed in. That's weird. All right, Clefable matchup. We've seen this before, although not a shiny one. Although we do win CMP, even though you would think that a shiny had worse. Well, we got the attack drop again. Oh my god. What's the rate on this? I thought it was like 12.5%, 1 in 8, but it seems like maybe it's 25%. I'm not too sure, to be honest. Swift wasn't gonna be able to KO there, and we do end up going for the Moonblast again here. At least they didn't have. What's it called? Meteor Mash, which seems like a core breaker to, or not a core breaker, but a really good possible anti-meta to be good against the Clefables of the world, which seem to be everywhere. But yeah, I mean, interesting. We did safe swap just so that we could maintain a little bit of health on the Clefable, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, we're just a straight ABB comp. Looks like we do win CMP here as well. Bad IVs winning out the day. Oh no, they had a 1-turn lag on the switch in. Ooh, that sucks. Could shield and go for CMP. Might be risky, but might be fine because I don't think that Clefable. Okay. We are half a turn ahead of them, or 1 turn ahead of them rather, half a second ahead, which means that we were able to make it to that Swift. They do throw here on good timing, but now they're so low that the Gastrodon is even going to be able to take this out with the fast attacks that are left. Yeah, just GG here. So much Shadow Feraligatr, guys, in Open Ultra. If you don't have an answer to this or don't know how to play around it, do not play this league. I mean, we're running our own Shadow Feraligatr here, which makes a lot of sense, so I see why. Electivire. Very frail mon and hits like a truck. So if this is Wild Charge right now, okay, they do end up coming with the Driplim, and this is fine, I guess. We're going to come in with a Feraligatr for sure. Go for the fast attack down, I guess. You can actually throw the Hydro right away, but probably going to have to shield now. Could have thrown it right away with the 1-turn switch in and gotten the move off, but wanted to go for the full farm down and have a lot of energy here on the Feraligatr, which is great. They can't exactly farm us down here on the Electivire. Looks like they got a 1-turn lag on the switch, which is not great for our opponent, but it's happened to us a few games already. So, oh no, the damage did register, so they did actually not get the lag on the switch in, which is interesting. Did we catch a Wild Charge on a ground type here? Now technically it's only 1 time resisted, and it still did 40%. That's pretty good. Shiny Galarian Moltres. I know I don't have any of the shiny birds, the shiny Galarian birds, that is. I technically have a Hundo shiny, so Shundo, Zapdos, regular Zapdos, not Galarian. And I gotta say, I got gypped because it literally looks exactly the same. Almost no, I can't even tell the color change on it at all. So, anyways, Ancient Power gonna KO us here, but we do have the Mon in the back. Just wanted to have that shield available for the Electivire because obviously this thing hits like a crazy truck. And even going to get the farm down on a dark type with a ghost type move. So Dragonite here in the lead, obviously really good for us. They end up switching into Drapion. I mean, to me, this seems kind of over already. In Great League, actually, they They do throw on bad timing here, so we do get an extra mud slap in. In Great League, 2 crunches is enough. In Ultra League, not enough. And you don't have to worry at all about these poison stings. They are literally... Oh, they're running Sludge Bomb, by the way. Something to really note, because they could have thrown an Aqua Tail there. They come back in with Dragonite. Gastrodon really bad against Dragonite. Although that Water Pulse did a ton. Probably need to throw some moves into this. Although you don't want to stay too long, so I could see just switching into Feraligatr right here. Makes sense. We got 1 shield. We went all the way up to the Moonblast just so that they would shield. And yeah, this is probably a Body Slam. I mean, they know we have 2 shields. We know they have 2 shields. We know that we have 2 shields. We know they know we have 2 shields. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, yeah, we get both back. A shield here would be crazy because Dragonite switch-in could be coming right now. And they do end up coming in with the Dragonite. I think we should have just, well, probably just going to go for the KO here. I think we could have thrown the Hydro and then farmed down, but that's just me. Moonblast going to be good here. Or are we going to go for double Swift? Not too sure, but we do have 2 shields, so this matchup's already over as well. I guess we're going Moonblast. And this doesn't look like it'll KO. Oh, it will. Oh, nice. Sweet. Another Clefable Mirror. We've won. It's Meteor Mash for sure. I mean, we technically live. It is very tough to shield a Moonblast or whatever, Meteor Mash, because we can only get to a Swift before they get to another one, and a Swift is not enough. But we are able to catch here, which is, again, pretty nice. This is the 2nd or 3rd Meteor Mash Clefable. Licky. I'm not going to lie. When I saw normal typed up at the top, which is what I see before you see the actual animation come through, I thought it was literally a Dunsparce. And I was like, does Dunsparce get to 2,500? I'm pretty sure not, because I think in Great League it's like level 30 something, so... This is a tough thing to beat. Moonblast's going to do a lot of damage here. It is decently bulky. I wonder what the moveset is running in this league is. I would guess it's Shadow Ball. But I could see Earthquake working as well if you see a lot of Steel types. Plus, it is just a lot better of a neutral move. We throw in bad timing, but we throw to not get another Body Slam thrown at us. Which is obviously really good for us. They did use a lot of their energy on that last Meteor Mash, so we are able to throw the Swift here. Probably we can get to another Swift before they get to another one. Guzzlord, this is pretty neutral, to be honest. Earth Power going to do a lot. I bet you running this moveset, you end up getting a lot fewer things shielded, just because... Sometimes your opponent's going to make calls that you're throwing a Body Slam instead of an Earth Power, and we're always going to be throwing that Earth Power when necessary. So you're going to win some of those matchups. Ooh, and we make it to the Earth Power here. This is Ivy's fantastic. We're going to switch here if we're not already dead. Okay, we get to farm down. It's pretty sweet. How low is this thing? Oh, yeah, it's in Swift range. All right, I don't want to keep you all too long. I know this video was long, but I just want to make sure that people have a team. I noticed this person's been using this team for like 2.5 seasons. So, and they always reach leaderboard. And not only do they reach leaderboard this season, they reached page 1 leaderboard. So, thank you so much for the submission for the people who do like running Ultra League and do want to use Ultra League team. For this last week that Ultra League is available with all the open leagues. All right, that's it for me. If you haven't, definitely hit the subscribe button. I'll catch you all in the next one. Hey, thank you for watching the video. And if you want to continue to support me, definitely click that subscribe button. You'll see any content coming out. And if you want another video on this same league for some more tips and tricks to other teams, check that video out right there. And I'll see you in the next one.